In this episode, USPTA Master Professional Rick Macy will show you how to hit an improved forehand by going over 7 key technical aspects of the shot. Learn to hit the Federer forehand.
Hi there, I'm Rick Macy, USPTA Master Professional. You want more pop on your forehand? You want to hit the true heavy ball and get a lot of explosiveness? Well, I can get you that forehand, plus I can do it reducing the range of motion. Let's get started. The game has gotten so much faster, and the players are constantly have to make adaptations in their swings. Through the years, Brian Gordon has really studied exactly what is going on out there on the Pro Tour, and from his findings, doing all this with the 3D technology where cameras are set up and you actually take an MRI of someone's stroke, like an X-ray. Through all this research, Brian and I have put together a methodology pretty much on the forehand and backhand and the serve, the 3 real big ticket items in tennis, where it centers around reducing the range of motion. That means how big someone's stroke is, but you got to replace it with faster, quicker muscle mechanics. It's really programming the muscles to make these movements so players can evolve into this technique that we're teaching. What's probably the biggest problem on your forehand? Because I've never seen you hit a ball. So what would you say the biggest problem be on your forehand?
I tend to have a pretty big backswing and I take it back too much.
Bingo! First off, I'll take the temperature and I want to see exactly what's going on. All right? So just do your thing. You're going to hit your forehand, and I'm going to start putting your elbow and your racket in certain position, and we see if we can get that forehand cleaned up. So hustle back there and let's tee it up. What I'm talking about is pure stroke mechanics. A more efficient way to hit the tennis ball to produce more racket head speed. Good. I like your wheels. I like your feet. Attaboy. Few more. Not bad. That's it. I like your feet. Keep popping the popcorn. That's all right. Few more, Drew. Hustle up. Your unit turn is pretty good. What I mean by that, you turn the shoulders and you get the racket back, right away. So I really like that. Take the racket back as one piece. Racket head, the tip's gonna be up, but we wanna have that elbow elevated, almost like you're nudging someone. We don't want that elbow tucked in. So one piece, racket head up, elbow back. That's the preparation. But here's where you're getting into trouble. Come on up here a little bit. Go ahead and turn sideways. Now, when you take the racket back, you have your elbow way too close to the body. And what happens is, when the elbow is that close to the body, almost every single time, when you go into this looping action, when your elbow is close, you have a tendency to take the racket back into this position. And if you notice where your elbow is, see how far it is behind your body? Mm-hmm. Okay, now, here's gonna be the game changer. When you take the racket back, okay, you're gonna take the racket back, but I want your elbow to be elevated. You wanna make sure there's some type of elevation away from the body. You want that left elbow up a little bit. You don't want that joint angle down here. You want that right elbow elevated a little bit in the angle at this position. Forearm would be parallel to the ground. Okay, that angle would be straight down. The elbow would be straight back to the fence. When the elbow is elevated and away from the body, that's the first thing that's going to set these joint angles in the right position. Now, from this position, you're going to go into this movement here where the racket, you see where it just went? Once that elbow is elevated, when you go into the back loop, we want elbow extension. Elbows up, elbow extension. This stroke's really simple. It might sound complicated, but it's really this. Elbow up, elbow extension. Elbow up, elbow extension. Now, am I saying make your arm stiff? No. Am I saying try to straighten it out? Absolutely. This is the key, because most people, when they take it back, they go here, okay? And then they open this up, and the elbow comes back in. When that happens, the elbow goes much further back in the stroke. Now you get this circular movement, and it's not going to be efficient. It's not going to hit the ball consistently that you can extend through the contact point. Elbow up, elbow extension. As you start to go into tap the dog, then you're going to start your swing. After elbow extension, the racket goes into a position where the palm is somewhat down. The racket head is to the outside, the wrist is up. You want to get that elbow extension like you're tapping the dog on the head. Pretend there's a dog back at a diagonal. The hand would be in this position. You wouldn't take the hand and the racket and have it too much on the edge or have it open. You definitely want to be in a position where you tap the dog on the head. Now, you can say palm down, that's effective, but one of the best teaching cues that we've learned is when I tell them, after elbow extension, tap the dog, it really sinks in.